Let's talk more about this aspect of the war and speak live on LBC News to Dr. Abdulaziz Sega, the founder and chairman of the Gulf Research Center in Saudi Arabia, currently based in Riyadh. Dr. Sega, great to talk to you. So much to cover here. Should we talk about the Prime Minister first? What impact do you think he can have in the Middle East at the moment, and how important is that meeting from a Gulf nation point of view?
Thank you for having me, Ferris. Pleased to be with you. I think it's an important visit, Ferris, to show solidarity and also to appreciate the effort that has been provided from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the rest of the countries here in securing and ensuring the safety of the British citizen. At the same time, the British position, of course, the British government position with regard to the war between the US, Israel and Iran is extremely important, and the coalition they're trying to put to ensure the safety and the safety of the state of Hormuz post ending the conflict, I think it's also important. But at the same time, don't forget, Britain is a large supplier of defense equipment and capability and training to a lot of the Gulf countries, and I think that's also reassuring the position of the British of endorsing and supporting the Gulf countries and sympathizing with them on the attack that they have received by the Iranian. Unfortunately, although they are not part of this war, and the Iranian have decided to attack their neighbors, thinking that they can use this as a leverage against the US and the Israeli, but at the same time, the defense capability in the region here have responded quite positively and accurately to almost, I would say, more than 92% of the attacks that they have received from Iran. I mean, yesterday, after the ceasefire was announced, more than 141. This afternoon, there was more than 7 also to Bahrain. And prior to that, we have reached, until the ceasefire was announced, close to 6,850 between drones and missiles. And that shows that the Iranian determination is not against the US or the Israeli, but at the same time it's against the Gulf countries and a lot of their weapons, which include short-range missiles, underwater drones, above water drones, and also cyber, and also using the fast unmanned boats in trying to threaten this. And today we have heard the story of that they have placed a lot of mines on the water. This is why they're trying to change the route, and also talking about putting tariff and charges on the vessels that they're crossing. And I think this is a total violation of international law. Iran has been a signatory to the Sea Law Agreement in 1982, and they should respect the international commitment they've had there.
Well, considering what you're saying there, how worried are you about this ceasefire holding? Can it hold? Is it holding, given what's happening also in Lebanon at the moment and what some people in the international community have said there? How are you feeling about this ceasefire?
I think the Israeli, they want to optimize the timing before the US can put any pressure on them in stopping expanding or attacking Lebanon or Syria. So yesterday, unfortunately, with all the death and the casualty, which was massive, I think we appreciate also the British position in that case. At the same time, whether the ceasefire will hold or not, I think neither us in the region nor Iran wanted to have just a ceasefire. We wanted to have a real agreement that will ensure all the demand of the Gulf countries, which include the non-intervention, the non-aggression, the non-expansion, the maritime security, the energy security, and the immediate stop of the war, and at the same time, the free movement on the state of Hormuz. But at the same time, the demand from both sides, the 15 US point has been leaked and the 10 Iranian point has been leaked. It makes it very tough for both to accept. So somebody has to give in and reduce the demand to be able to reach. I think, from my opinion, the Iranian top priority now will be stopping the war, allowing the regime continuation, and also the release of their amount which is being held under the sanction, and also allowing them to export, because they used to export close to 1.5 million barrel a day to China, and that's an important source for them. So I think these are their priority, while on the US side and the Israeli, out of the 15, you can look at almost 10 points related to the nuclear and also the nuclear program and its expansion. They possess of the quantity that has been enriched up to 60% or more, and also the missiles program and the support of the militia group in different countries. So all their proxy in the region.
And finally, Dr. Sagar, what about the Strait of Hormuz? How is that affecting the Gulf states in the situation it's in at the moment, with the uncertainty over whether vessels can go through toll-free at the moment? How is that having an impact on nations like yours?
Well, it does have an impact. Saudi Arabia, luckily, we have the East-West pipeline that they can pump oil through the Red Sea, but that's also will be limited to 7 million barrel. But country like Kuwait, country like UAE, Qatar, and so they're badly affected, with that, and Bahrain also. So there is an impact. This is why we have seen the oil prices went up and the gas. At the same time, it increased the cost of the insurance and the cost of transport of vessels, a lot of commercial goods. Still, we have today more than 800 vessels inside the Gulf, have not been able to leave through the Strait of Hormuz, but definitely it cannot stay there forever. And definitely the Iranian cannot sustain that forever. I think this is their last winning card that they're trying to use it against the U.S. And in case if the U.S. fail to achieve the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, that will be a political loss for the U.S. and also for us, not only politically. I think there are, political, security, military, economic, and also environmental impact for that.
Dr. Sagar, we appreciate your time here on LBC News. Thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Abdulaziz Sagar is founder and chairman of the Gulf Research Centre.